Hey everyone. With how the internet works, every once in a while, you'll have an absolute nobody become insanely popular out of nowhere. And every time, it's always for the dumbest stuff, like being annoying or putting on a character. The only good thing to come out of them is how quickly they get forgotten about. Right now, the best and most recent example has to be Matan Evan, or the Bill Clinton kid, which I 100% bet a few handful of you remember, even though it didn't die out that long ago. You might have seen him a couple of times here and there, maybe on other people's streams, but not as much nowadays. Which sounds like it sucks, until you realize that most of his interactions with other people were just purely annoying to bait them into getting a reaction. It really was the bottom of the barrel stuff, just leeching off other people to maybe, at bare minimum, see some kind of response.
In an incredibly competitive online space, it's tough to make a name for yourself, and even harder to maintain that momentum for any extended period of time. Every now and then, though, someone emerges whose actions are so bizarre that you can't help but pay attention, with one of the best examples of this being none other than Matan Evan. Over the past few years,
Call him by his real name, the Bill Clinton kid. Where did that name come from? Because I have no idea how it ties to him, but I just remember seeing it on Twitter. I was like, okay, I guess that is his name.
Where did he even come from? Well, to understand that, we first have to go back to the year 2019 when he first had a brush-in with fame. Throughout the year of 2019, Hong Kong citizens fiercely protested against the Chinese government after a particularly harsh fugitive extradition law was introduced that encouraged democratic freedom. The mainstream media documented the struggle.
No, I feel old. I remember being in school and be like, oh my god, that's crazy. It really is like a real movie.
A young boy named Matan decided to voice his support.
No way, is that him as a kid?
In a unique way. As the story goes, he and his family were fans of the Los Angeles Clippers basketball team, even holding season pass tickets. He was apparently featured on the Jumbotron numerous times before, and decided that the next game they went to...
Man, I would not put that ugly mug of a face on the camera.
Hong Kong, if the occasion arose. When it inevitably did, the panicked cameraman quickly panned away from him. It should be noted that the NBA as a whole was embroiled in a controversy due to their popularity in mainland China. On October 23rd,
I'm gonna say now, there's nothing funnier than seeing like some celebrity make like a small statement being like, yeah, I support Taiwan, and then like within one business day, they just appear on camera with like the most formal getup you've seen, and they're like, I apologize dearly for my comments, I regret what I said, I take it all back. And it's purely only for like the Chinese business team to look at it and be like, okay, we won't tie 80% of our budget that we give you.
With the post going viral and garnering tens of thousands of likes. Many were shocked that someone as young as him was engaging in political activism, with many showing their support. People would then tweet that they would like to see Matan...
That's a good point, yeah. Most kids his age would have no idea what Hong Kong even is.
Taking away professional gamer Blitz Chung's award money due to him speaking out against China during a tournament. Matan did exactly this, posting a video of himself saying "Free Hong Kong" at a World of Warcraft panel.
Free Hong Kong!
Oh my god.
Alright, sorry about that.
All of those hacks, the audience being like, what? We have no idea what you're talking about.
Numerous interviews discussing why he did what he did, as well as reaffirming his support for the Special Administrative Region.
But I saw people handing out the shirts at the Clipper game.
Oh my god, did he appear on Chinese news? No way.
Hold it up, get on the screen, be on live TV.
In an incredibly bizarre twist, he was even invited.
I respect that, to be honest. If I was a kid and I was on like on the camera or like at some convention, I'd be way too big of a pussy to be like say any statement.
Men who don't have the courage to do what you did and step out on that in front of that panel.
Immediately after these interviews, Matan wasted no time leveraging this newfound fame by consistently posting videos on his channel documenting the protests.
And since then, I've been making sort of daily videos, or almost daily, on how the Hong Kong police...
He really looks nothing like the kind of person that he does. Like, just like wanting to support Hong Kong, but also wearing like a Supreme headband.
...in the face for no reason.
However, upon inspection, these uploads were a bit unusual. You see, if you take a look at the old archives of his channel, you'll notice that Matan was posting videos that were roughly 6 to 7 minutes long almost every single day with similar names. Looking at later archives reveals that he was posting this content consistently even months later. While Hong Kong's protest against China was certainly an important political topic and deserved to be discussed, dedication to this extent was somewhat strange to say the least, especially considering the fact that he was a literal child. All of these videos have since been removed from...
That's a good way. Hold on, 2020, he should have been stuck in Fortnite all day, like spending way too much time to be worried about Hong Kong. That's a good point, yeah.
Maton did have a decent amount of buzz surrounding him for a brief period. This would soon fade as people began to lose interest, with his internet presence being forgotten about by the majority of onlookers. By 2021, he had accumulated almost 40,000 subscribers, but it seemed that his relentless posting had ceased, going for months without uploading at all. Many of his now devoted fans wondered why this was the case. In response, he made a post to his Twitter account claiming he was done with his coverage due to the protests themselves having died down in intensity, with there really being nothing else to report on. While at the time,
Fair enough, yeah. It would have been funny if the protest got worse. He's like, okay, I'm done, yeah, no more. I like the views, I'm good.
Further from the truth. This brings us to December of 2022, when From Software's smash hit Elden Ring was nominated for Game of the Year at the Game Awards, and to the surprise of nobody, ended up winning. However, when the dev team went up on stage, some noticed a strange person standing off to the side, seemingly waiting for a chance to speak.
No, don't tell me his work to like the Hong Kong protest actually like led him up to be at a convention to present the awards. There's no way. If that is the actual story leading up to it, that would be insane.
After the acceptance speech, this young individual took hold of the microphone.
Real quick, I want to thank everybody and say that I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody.
As you probably already know, this was none other than Maton himself. While starting his online presence...
Bro, this might be way too early to call it out now, but I feel like... Because now, I had no idea the accent was fake. Now that I've seen footage of him when he was a kid, like a toddler, basically... and just talking on the news, now I know that that was his actual voice, and that this accent he's had for a long time that I've always heard forever, it's just like some part of a joke, I guess. But anyways, I'm gonna make a small prediction because I barely know anything about this guy apart from like the prior 7 minutes I've been watching this video for. But I really feel like this is gonna lead up to him trying to like uncover some secret about some president like Bill Clinton. I mean, he's not president anymore, but he might have like some dirt to track up on him. Because either if you're that young and you're like that devoted to like protests in Hong Kong or any other issue, then that's the kind of passion that sticks with you for your entire life, and you always spend most of your time doing it. Like whenever you're done with one issue, you move on to the next. So I really feel like that's the case in this situation.
Embrace more of a comedic edge, adopting a sort of persona that he refused to deviate from. Jeff Keighley, the host of the award show, soon tweeted that the teen had been arrested, though it doesn't seem like Maton was ever charged with anything serious. He himself even offered his own rebuttal to the claim soon after, tweeting, "Today there's a lot of talk and speculation. More information will be released on all fronts sooner than later." Immediately after this, progressive news organizations began publishing hit pieces dredging up Maton's previous history.
Was he in InfoWars? Oh, please tell me there's a picture of him like shaking hands with Alex Jones.
Anti-Semitic dog whistles due to the nature of the joke, also pointing out the fact that he was wearing Yeezys during the performance. A writer for Motherboard even went so far as to claim that he was part of, quote, the right-wing media ecosystem, and that he was feeding into current anti-Semitic MAGA tropes. One of the most notable articles
because he was wearing Yeezys? Really?
About the situation was from Polygon due to the fact that they actually managed to secure a phone interview with him.
Also, did he crash it or was he actually meant to be on there? Because if he crashed it, there would be like 5 massive bodyguards just ripping him apart.
To Hong Kong, with him saying, "I'm still a supporter of the ongoing movement. I have not talked about it in recent times. I just did not think yesterday was the right time for me to talk about it again. I thought there was an extremely high chance that Bill Clinton himself would get a personal invite. He would be sitting in the front row and maybe be nominated for at least as many awards as there are. And the fact that he was not even nominated and not won any of them, I was completely devastated. They then revealed that
To be
Matan
fair, Bill Clinton was an avid fan of From Software games like Dark Souls and Bloodborne, so I don't blame him for that assumption.
West's political views. And while admittedly it's difficult to take anything the now infamous troll says at face value, this is one of the things that actually appears to have some truth to it. For one, many people pointed out that Matan is a traditionally Israeli name. If that wasn't proof enough, journalist Jason Schreier revealed that he had spoken to Matan in Hebrew during an interview, and that Matan had actually responded, with his conclusion being that
He's 15? Oh my god, dude, he looks like way older than 15. I could have guessed he was younger from like the height when he stood up with those like developers, but still though, god.
him to new heights of fame. With the absurdity of the situation.
No, even then he looks a bit older than 15. He looks a lot like Timothy Chalamet.
As it turns out, he would immediately begin to ingrain himself into the larger online community by going on numerous podcasts, never breaking character, leading to some incredibly bizarre but admittedly entertaining shenanigans.
One of the comments, somebody asking if you, the host here, is cool with the Nazi salute, because I went like this. I wasn't doing a Nazi salute. I was talking about,
Okay, now his voice, he is definitely 15, creeping on 16. Also, this interview is like an hour long. How do you keep a voice and character going for that like amount of time that you don't feel tired at all?
He's Jewish, y'all.
I'm Jewish.
Don't be fucking weird.
There wasn't a Nazi salute.
He would continue to garner attention by involving himself in the political sphere of YouTube by going on to live streams with Destiny, though the actual productiveness of this conversation is up for debate.
Well, you know, for an extraordinary conspiracy, I think we're probably going to need a little bit more than common sense and logic, but hit me up. Give me the most logic you've got.
Right, we can obviously
factorial.
look at, actual data and statistics, and I just want to say that obviously, I'm not saying this that all of the Jews are the ones running it. I think there's just a lot of people in general, before anybody jumps to anti-Semitic conclusions.
The most famous moment from these sorts of appearances...
Wait, you're telling me a debate between a streamer and a 15-year-old Jewish kid who didn't go that well? What?
Models. Towards the end of the video, he seemed to throw everyone off guard with a question to one of the girls.
But,
boy.
You're literally 15. What do you know?
You know how to read.
Yes, I do know how to read.
Name 10 books.
Are you serious?
Yes, 100%. Name 10 books.
Well, I read Game of Thrones. I'm obsessed with like the Twilight
book
series.
called?
Game of Thrones, the
Don't have
series?
What's the book called? It's not called Game of Thrones.
Wait, what book did you just say before that?
She's just trying to come up with a bunch of nonsense and she can't name any actual
Let
books.
her talk,
Bro,
Why
shut up,
are you
kid.
taking my spot?
I don't really think that, for the most part, they've earned my respect to speak, especially when I have something better to say.
We've earned your respect to speak.
Right.
And you believe you're God,
That's
right?
not really the point.
Upon the adoration from
That age is a grace for him. If he was 3 years older at 18, they would just pick up a glass ball and smash it over his head for saying that.
Sneak Up, which also led to some chaotic moments.
You're always like this.
Yeah, this I never actually change facial expressions. Very rarely if something surprising happens, I'll go,
Wait a second, guys, hold on. Was he... This interview came out whenever it came out. Interview came out like a year ago, and he was looking back saying and mewing before then. Oh my god, he predicted the
For
future.
the most part, I stay like this, and a lot of people think that I'm a troll, but I'm not, and even if I was spreading good messages, then the outcome is positive for everybody.
From here, Evan would begin to skyrocket in popularity on platforms such as TikTok by posting short-form content of him appearing on podcasts, as well as random videos of him mocking and annoying random people in real life.
Hello, you guys are checking the stuff and fixing it. I believe you need to fix your head.
Hey, get out of here.
Oh god, dude.
He also began targeting...
Right. Respect to him, he might be doing a lot of incredible stuff, but if that was my culture fame at 15, and my only way of keeping popular with, the kids and the fans was by doing his voice and not like harassing people, but basically being like annoying to whatever interview you're on or whatever video you appear in, then that would just be way too tiring. Like, I could probably do that max like 5 times before I was like, okay, no, I have to do something else before I kill myself because it's so tiring. I mean, maybe he's been practicing for like a couple of years doing this voice to the point that he's increased his like durability with his like voice box, where he can go like from 5 minutes to an hour keeping up that voice. I mean, whenever you force like an accent like that is that strong, that would just tire you out to the point that you can't do it. I'm surprised there's not like a clip where he's like he has to go drink like a cup of water to like refresh it a bit and come back, because I can't imagine doing it for that long.
IRL, borderline harassing them at times. Clips of these hijinks began to spread, such as one where he's seen being kicked out of a store for spouting gibberish at a Spanish-speaking streamer.
What do you speak? English?
Spanish.
Spanish? Bago zamacher magara pampol, bago dakabagoro bambol.
No, Spanish.
That's not Spanish. You want me to get him out? Can we get him out?
What's going on?
I think we have to get you out of here.
You know what I mean? Are you interested in the Red October?
In late February of 2023, he was seen approaching Twitch streamers XQC and Kai Cenat on their trip to Universal, with both of them obviously annoyed by his presence.
Yo, I've seen him before. How you doing? What the hell? What's going on?
What black magic does he have to just appear at whatever event he appears in? He has to be rich to be flying out to wherever this is going on.
Yeah, he recording, you not with us. Yo, Cuddy, don't let him follow us.
At one point, he went so
There has to
far
be a
as
rat
disguise
or a mole
himself
that works with these people, and they tell him exactly where they're gonna be at what time, so he can appear early.
Can I get a quick photo? Yeah, quick. Whoa, stop doing that, bro. Stop doing that, bro. You're trying to be low. Stop doing that.
He would continue his antics by crashing WrestleMania, posting TikTok videos of himself
is it
calling out the
WrestleMania?
wrestlers as they competed, and being a general nuisance, although it doesn't seem like anyone was really paying attention to him.
Hey, Michael, you gotta get up. Michael, you gotta stop crawling on the floor, Michael.
That was kind of funny when he does it for that long.
Soon after this, he would again brush shoulders with some of the biggest names on Twitch, this time setting his sights on the leftist political streamer Hassan Piker.
Oh my god. I'm gonna call it now, he's gonna rip him apart. Like, most streamers when they see this annoying kid will just ignore him, but he's gonna like actually interrogate him and like put him in a
And
corner.
a strike demanding higher pay, among other things. Hassan was, of course, one of the first online streamers to show their support, even picketing alongside many of them in person. Unfortunately, this did not go smoothly.
What's going on? How you guys doing? We love
Yeah,
landlords.
all this
We're here
video.
to protest against the landlords and the unions. We love them. We love landlords. We love landlords. We love them a lot. We're all against unions. They're not fair to the corporate companies.
The more you do that,
The
and
more
the
you do
more
that,
you
the
end
more
up
you do it.
hurting,
You end up hurting.
the more you end up hurting
the more you end
capital,
up hurting the capital.
the quicker the strike will
quicker
end.
the strike will end.
Baton then posted a video
What did he get off by just appearing in whatever streams he can end up in and seeming edgy, be like, guys, we love landlords, incredible.
Children do deserve the coal mines. The teenage troll replied, telling Hassan that he should have said that to his face. The agitated leftist streamer then proceeded to upload an incredibly short clip of him asking Matan to step aside, claiming he had asked him nicely at first, and that Matan had spread the false accusations that he had been threatened.
Landlords!
Right, I don't know how tall Hassan is, but it doesn't take a genius to know that he could suplex that 15-year-old kid.
Matan hit back, stating, "You tried to scare me by getting in my face. Then you shoved a pole at me like a little bitch. I asked if you were threatening me because of how pathetic you looked. There's a reason your cameraman panned away." Some people thought that Matan had acted incredibly immature, and that making a joke out of the writer's strike was in poor taste. Others pointed out that Hassan was choosing to argue with a literal teenager online instead of just ignoring him. The incident received...
Dude, if you have some annoying kid like shoving it in your face, then I don't blame him.
Piker, giving a brief rundown of the entire situation while criticizing Matan and his antics. Towards the end of the article, the writers stated that they had actually contacted the edgy teen and asked him for comment, with Evan claiming that the writer's strike wasn't as important as other political issues while simultaneously denying the existence of climate change. Interestingly, Kotaku claimed that Matan had a lawyer with him.
What direction is he going to?
The article, he tweeted, "Kotaku reported I had a legal counsel on our call today about Hassan. They were talking about my buddy McCole, who was making Minecraft spider noises. A few days after the controversy, Hassan tweeted he was going to visit the UK. Matan responded with a video of him flying in an airplane, saying he would see him soon. From there, the young provocateur continued...
Right. I'm pretty sure in that video he wasn't going exactly to England, but where are his parents for him to just fly wherever he wants? Are they in like their penthouse just like sending him money like, what's that? You want to go to the UK? Yeah, fine, whatever, I'll pay for the ticket. Like, they have to be somewhere. Or either that or they just don't care about like whatever he's doing.
His influence was so widespread that some even began to copy his behavior. In August of 2023, at the Gamescom Trade Fair, another event hosted by Jeff Keighley, he was interrupted by two men claiming that Bill Clinton wanted GTA 6.
Don't be jealous. I'm not allowed to say anything.
I want to see how cringe this is.
Exactly. All right. Well, guys. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Really disappointed.
Well, good job. You got your collective 6 seconds on mic. Good job.
On this incident, further adding to the notorious reputation of Matan. He continued to rub shoulders with numerous high-profile celebrities and musicians, with it being unclear exactly how he came into contact with these people. Unsurprisingly, he would also get into hot water when the 2023 Game Awards rolled around. Jeff had been very vocal about the security being much beefier this time, and made it clear that there was
much beefier. They're gonna have a 48 caliber rifle, each one of them.
After tweeting about attending the event, Matan soon would follow up the post by showing that he had been banned from ever attending it in the future. And this mostly concludes
that was Peacock?
the saga of the now infamous Bill Clinton.
I had no idea Peacock was a thing before it was a streaming service with like 5 shows top.
More recently, he seems to be leveraging his popularity to create more long-form content on his channel. Interviewing celebrities...
These videos suck, I'm sorry. Let me just do a quick rundown. Matan and Jimmy Lee drink 34 sodas in 5 minutes at a 45-minute long video. Matan kicks out Guess for painting their nails, 36 minutes. Flat Earther gets destroyed by 16-year-old, an hour long. Matan meets a member of the LGBT, 48 minutes. Baby alien signs his life away to Matan. 24K Golden froze up while eating spicy wings, trying to make it seem like a fake Hot Ones episode. This is actual gold. God.
Edgy humor into them.
Do you think white people should be allowed to say the N-word? No.
What's this podcast?
The table's leaving. What the?
What he will do next is a mystery.
That was like a really bad Eric Andre skit. What podcast is that? For him to have like a blank backdrop.
What he will do next is a mystery, but at the very least we know it will be entertaining to watch from a distance.
No, it won't. That sucks. From the few minutes of fame he had after the whole Games Awards show, whatever, everything else he did was just unfunny and just annoying. I wish I didn't react to this video because I was in a state of like ignorance and bliss because I barely knew what he did. Like the most I knew about him was like that, of course, Game Awards show. Well, I believed that it was planned, but now that I know that he just crashed it by like luck, I guess, it is more annoying. And I saw that whole situation for Hassan where like the writer strike, but even then I saw it was like a short one-off interaction where like he just passed them by and he annoyed him. But now that I've seen like 5 different times where like he showed up to like some Twitch event or like for some streamer and just annoyed them right in front of their face, it's very hard for me to believe that he's gonna do anything like entertaining in the future if that's what he does. Because most people like him that kind of like have, I don't know what kind of like style it is where they just pop out of nowhere. It's kind of like interview style where they appear out of nowhere and just ask like weird questions. But with him, he shows up and the best bit he has on hand is doing the accent and then just like keep on asking for a picture, just like keep talking to the person's face. And I swear to God, there's nothing more annoying than seeing a kid that's being annoying and he knows full well that the age is the only tether he has to not just get like socked in the face. Because with most people he goes up to, right, first off the streamer, so any like violent action they have will just get them like ripped apart. Second of all, it's a kid, so they really have no other option to do. And I get that, you know, the best thing to do in that situation is like talk it out and not just fight, you know, like a caveman. But with someone like him, like a vulture that comes out to get content on camera, there really is no other language to express to him like f*** off than just like hitting him in the face. Plus, some people really need to be pulled back into reality, not just because, you know, it's annoying, but because it really just like creates this breed of different people. I want you to be like him. Like those two guys that ripped off his thing by going to like the Game Awards and going up on stage. Like, at least those two guys did it right, but there were at least 10 people like him that wanted to do it as well, that came very close, but there was some other issue that prevented them from doing so, which, you know, thank God. But apart from that, there were also a bunch of kids or fans that want to be like him as well, where they purely make content by going up to streamers and like shoving a camera in their face and just saying dumb stuff, which at best would be funny like once or twice. But when you hear that annoying voice with nothing else different or unique every single time, then I have no idea how you can like not just watch that, but also maintain being popular on Twitch or YouTube, where he keeps on whatever side he keeps his like dog content on, you know.